Over the Super Bowl weekend, people continued to sift through the millions of Epstein files released by the DOJ, and the theories just become more and more shocking. Now, aside from the Associated Press releasing a bombshell review of internal Justice Department records showing what kind of materials the FBI was collecting on Epstein, which is absolutely huge, by the way, and we'll get into that later. And aside from the new drama with the Clintons agreeing to testify in the House Epstein probe, Ghislaine Maxwell will be testifying today before the U.S. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee in a closed-door virtual deposition from prison. That's what I want to get into first. According to USA Today, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year sentence for conspiring to entice minors to travel for illicit sex, planned to invoke her Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination to avoid answering questions from the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. Now, the assertion of the Fifth Amendment came despite her answering questions in July from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. We released an article where we talk about U.S. Representative Ro Khanna firing off a letter to House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer, and this is really interesting. Now, the letter reads as follows. It is my understanding that Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell intends to invoke her Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and decline to answer all substantive questions at her upcoming deposition before the House Oversight Committee. This position appears inconsistent with Ms. Maxwell's prior conduct, as she did not invoke the Fifth Amendment when she previously met with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche to discuss substantially similar subject matter. And that meeting with Todd Blanche that he's referencing isn't the only time Maxwell has spoken about her work for Epstein. Take a look at this video of Ghislaine being deposed during the Virginia Giuffre defamation lawsuit back in 2016.
Can you list for me all the girls that you have met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's house that were under the age of 18?
Check the Foreman Foundation.
I could only recall my family members that were there, and I could not make a list of anyone else because that never happened. But I can think of.
I'm talking about during the time that you were working for Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Can you list all the girls that you found for Jeffrey Epstein that were under the age of 18 to come work for him in any capacity?
Check the Foreman Foundation.
So I didn't find girls. I didn't look for girls.
You choose the word.
Well, no, you don't choose the word. If you have a question, ask it.
List all of the girls that you met and brought to Jeffrey Epstein's home for the purposes of employment that were under the age of 18.
Check the Foreman Foundation.
I've already characterized what my job was, which was to find people, adults, professional people, to do the types of jobs that I listed before. Pool person, secretary, house person, chef, pilot,
but I was asking about individuals under the age of 18, not adult persons, individuals under the age of 18.
I only looked for people or tried to find people to fill professional jobs in professional situations.
Under the age of 18, correct?
I think we've established that was 17 and a masseuse.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Is she the only individual that you met for purposes of hiring someone for Jeffrey that was under the age of 18?
Check the Foreman Foundation. Mischaracterizes their testimony.
So I didn't hire people. I met people.
I didn't use the word hire.
Yes, you did.
I said met.
So I interviewed people for jobs that were professional people for professional things, and I'm not aware of anyone aside from who clearly was a masseuse aged 17, but that's, at least that's how far we know that I can think of that fulfilled any professional capacity for Jeffrey.
List all the people under the age of 18 that you interacted with at any of Jeffrey's properties.
I'm not aware of anybody that I interacted with. Other than I was 17 at this point.
What has also caught the attention of people is Bill Clinton speaking out about his testimony in the House Epstein probe not being televised, writing on X, formerly Twitter, saying, "I have called for the full release of the Epstein files. I have provided a sworn statement of what I know, and just this week, I have agreed to appear in person before the committee, but it's still not enough for Republicans on the House Oversight Committee. Now, Chairman Comer says he wants cameras, but only behind closed doors. Who benefits from this arrangement? point. It's not Epstein's victims who deserve justice. It's not the public who deserve the truth. It serves only partisan interests. This is not fact-finding. It's pure politics. Now, as all this is going on, the Justice Department has begun allowing lawmakers to examine unredacted versions of the millions of documents. This is significant because it means some members of Congress will be able to see the names in there that have been redacted. And in recent days, a report has been released by the Associated Press stating that the FBI concluded Jeffrey Epstein wasn't running a sex trafficking ring for powerful men. According to the Associated Press, while investigators collected evidence that Epstein sexually abused underage girls, they found scant evidence the well-connected financier led a sex trafficking ring serving powerful men, an Associated Press review of internal Justice Department records shows. Last week, I talked about CBS reporting that there was a contradiction regarding official accounts on the night Epstein died in prison. I want to talk about that a little bit more. According to Reuters in 2019, the FBI was studying 2 broken cameras outside the cell where Epstein died. The Washington Post reported that at least 1 camera in the hallway outside Epstein's cell had footage that was unusable. The newspaper said there was other usable footage captured in that area. To give you a look at what this footage may look like, take a look at this different angle within the prison, around the area where Epstein was being held. Last week, Trump also took a moment to address his name appearing in the Epstein files, saying this. Watch the clip.
What did you think of the latest release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left, that Wolf, who's a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise, and that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that. And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess, I don't know, but we're going to certainly sue them.
You want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
Now, we always read the comments and we're always interested to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about what Trump just said? Do you think there's any validity to it? And also, what do you think will happen when Congress members see the unredacted versions of the files? Let us know down below. As always, I'm Jakson Buhaj, and I will see you guys in the next one.